Yokohama is so much more than just a day trip from Tokyo. It's the second largest city in Japan, and while it is close to Tokyo, Yokohama has its own unique beauty and culture. I'll be taking you along on a 3-day time travel journey over 1,000 years through the port city that is Yokohama. We'll be exploring ancient crafts, culture, cuisine, gardens, cruises, all the way up until modern times. Let's start with the ancient practice of carpentry. You may know this already, but one of the key characteristics of traditional Japanese architecture is the use of natural materials without nails. Our very first stop brought us to Hanamasu Woodworks for a miyadaiku workshop. Miyadaiku are carpenters who specialize in structures like temples and shrines. While a true apprenticeship can take several years, and of course being a carpenter is a lifelong learning process, the workshop at Hanamasu gives you a small taste of the miyadaiku's work.
はい、あ、これ逆っすかね。
逆？
うん、そうですね。はいはい。
OK。
はいはいはい。紐をねじるようにねじる。
くるみ？もない？いただきます。おいしい。Yeah, but it doesn't make sense to me.
This is why you're not a carpenter.
Yeah, I'll never be a carpenter. I don't get it.
You've never
わからないです。
あ、わかんないです。ちょっと軽くコンコンコンって。
It's my challenge. Disassemble this. Yes. Reverse Jenga. 全部？
OK、全部。本当に引っ張ったり、もう。そうですね。そういうことですよ。はい。だいたいこう材料の真ん中を出します。真ん中が出ます。真ん中出して糸で貼って。まず差し金のもう一つの役割です。穴の印をつけて。手作業します。要は僕らもそこ見ないので。
ありがとうございます。The next stop was a traditional Japanese kaiseki lunch at Masago Teahouse. Kaiseki is an intricate meal consisting of several courses, and this type of fine dining was originally enjoyed by the nobility. The presentation of kaiseki ryori is really beautiful, and the dishes are meant to match each season. Not just the 4 seasons. Japan actually has 72 micro-seasons. I think that just goes to show how carefully crafted each individual dish is and how impressive the chef's work is. After lunch, we stepped over to the counter area to do a wagashi, traditional Japanese sweets workshop with the chef. Wagashi have been developed for over 1,000 years and typically use ingredients like red and white bean paste, rice flour, and sugar. Wagashi tend to be very colorful and pretty, and they also have an emphasis on seasonality. Wagashi is also served with green tea, so we made a fresh cup of matcha as well to go with it. The last historical stop of the day was OTABISHO. While the Yokohama Noh Theatre is under renovation until June 2026, you can stop by OTABISHO to learn about Noh and Kyogen, two of Japan's 4 forms of classical theater. Noh involves music, dance, and drama. You may have seen masks like these before. Kyogen is more lighthearted and comical compared to the more serious Noh, and they're performed on the same stage. At OTABISHO, you can check out the replica of the stage and get a closer look at some of the costumes and masks. They also hold various events and performances, so you can check their website, which is linked below for more information if you're interested in that. The next morning, we paid a visit to the Shin-Yokohama Ramen Museum, which opened in 1994 as the world's first ramen-themed amusement park. The first floor has an exhibition area where you can learn about the history and culture of ramen. I really liked this ramen map, which has replica bowls of all the types of ramen you can find all over Japan, and the replica of the ramen yatai, or food stall. One of the coolest parts of the museum is the 1958 streetscape, the year the first instant ramen was invented. There are 8 ramen shops, and you can enjoy different types of ramen here that you can find in various areas around Japan. There's also a shop for Rai-Ken, the very first ramen shop in Japan that was originally located in Asakusa, Tokyo. The original one is now closed though. Rosa and I tried Yokohama-style ramen. Ieke is their soul food, and it's a mix of shoyu, soy sauce, and tonkotsu, pork bone broth. Very rich, very delicious. We also made a brief stop at Yokohama Memories to grab some omiyage, souvenirs. Because Yokohama is a port city, it's very international. These are some of the recommended snacks. You cannot miss out on visiting Noge-cho, Yokohama's nostalgic area filled with so many izakaya and restaurants. It's a good spot if you like retro vibes. Our first stop was Center Grill. I recommend trying spaghetti Napolitan, a Japanese-style ketchup-based pasta that usually has sausage, peppers, mushrooms, and onions. I also really enjoyed the gratin, but keep in mind they only serve that on weekdays. Hara Sankei, who lived from 1868 to 1939, was a businessman who made his fortune in raw silk trade during the Meiji, Taisho, and early Showa periods. He dedicated his fortune and life to the reconstruction of Yokohama after it was devastated by the Great Kanto earthquake in 1923. He opened his garden to the public in 1906, declaring, "This beautiful natural landscape belongs to the creator, not to me." In both the inner and outer gardens, you can enjoy gorgeous landscapes, flora, and some traditional structures too, like temple halls and pagodas from various parts of Japan. Sankei loved tea ceremonies, and you'll find tea houses scattered throughout as well. Next, we'll jump back to modern times via the Yokohama Air Cabin, Japan's first and the world's most advanced urban-type circular ropeway. Inside Yokohama World Borders, you'll find VS Park, which has a ton of indoor sports and other activities. There are two types of passes available, the 2-hour pass and the free pass. Make sure to wear comfy shoes and clothes that are easy to move in. You won't be able to participate in many of these if you're wearing open-toed shoes or heels, for example. We had lunch on the 46th floor of the Yokohama Bay. For lunch, they have a light course or a full course. We did the full course with an appetizer, pizza or pasta, main dish, and dessert. On a clear day, you can also see Mount Fuji. The final activity for the tour was XR Immersive Journey, a very new attraction in Yokohama that opened December 1st. It's a 45-minute VR experience where you can explore the Khufu Pyramid and learn about ancient Egyptian customs. I really had no idea what to expect for this experience because I've never done such an extensive virtual experience, but it was so cool. It felt like being inside a video game and it was actually really educational. I really hope they'll continue with this one and add more storylines. And there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this little time travel journey through Yokohama's history, and I hope you'll see it for yourself someday. Thanks for watching. Bye! Oh wait, actually this is a good view. It was here in... We're in Yokohama Port right now. It was here that Matthew Perry said, "Knock knock, open the country. Stop having it be closed."
know you're gonna drop it like that. You're gonna word some.
No, you take me too.